How's it going, everybody? It's Carrie. Today is November 7th, 2020. Today marks my 2-year birthday, my 2-year T-Day B-Day on testosterone. That's what this video is about, so please stay tuned. As I said in my intro video, today marks my 2-year anniversary, my 2-year birthday on testosterone. I am so excited to make this video for you guys because I tell you, it feels like it's been a long time coming, and it also feels like I just started. So stick around. I'm gonna show some videos, I'm gonna show some befores and afters, and I'm gonna give you some information of how I've changed physically and mentally, emotionally, psychologically along the way in the course of the past 2 years. So I thought I would start with a cute little video that I put together. It's basically just a timeline really over the past two plus years of mostly physical changes that have happened for me. And I thought it would be a great way to kind of open the video, and you can have an appreciation of how testosterone has changed me physically over the past couple of years. I hope you enjoyed that video. I thought it was kind of fun. It was really cool from my perspective to see how I changed physically over the past 2+ years and how the testosterone has affected me. But I thought right now I'd go through some physical changes with you. I will show some befores and afters in a little bit, but just some physical things that I wanted to share with you. Obviously, you can see the facial hair, you can see the body structure and how the fat kind of redistributes throughout the body, and I did lose some weight, obviously, in the midst of all of that, but you definitely can see how testosterone changes the body. For me, it's definitely changed for the best. I'm probably more happy with my body right now than I've ever been. I will say this, that physically, when you're at my age, I'm 52, almost 53, when you're at my age and you lose a substantial amount of weight, there's always the not so good that comes along with that, like excess skin and things like that. But, you know, that's part of life, and I am so embracing that because I am so much more happy with my body now than I've ever been in my whole life. So I'm good with that. You can see facial hairs come in really, really well for me. It's definitely splotchy in places. It's kind of been like that since the beginning. This is pretty much 2 years of growth. I haven't done a whole lot of, I think I've only shaved it completely off maybe twice, and that was really in the early stages. So this is pretty much full growth. I am doing No Shave November right now, so we'll see what that looks like at the end of the month. But I do keep it clipped pretty short, or not short, but just kind of tight, and just so enough you can see. I have been doing some dyeing over the past year or so, just because my hair is really, really light. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know I complained. I have mentioned how light my hair is and how hard it is to see, even like my mustache right now. I mean, I have quite a bit of hair right there, but it's hard for you to see because my hair is so light. So when I do color it, it tends to stick out a little bit more, and you probably saw that in some of the pictures in that quick little video that I did. But hair growth has been relatively slow for me over my whole body. I definitely have more hair growth on my legs. I'm getting it on my thighs. The hair on my arms, my forearms especially, is getting a little bit longer. I have patches of hair on my back. Not nearly what I would like to have on my chest, but I do have some hairs sporadically placed around the parts of my chest. Not as much as I would like to have at this moment, but that's okay. I'm patient with that. I definitely have some hair growth on my stomach. Not a lot. When I look down, I can see it, and when I look at it from the front, I really can't. So you probably won't see it either, but I do have some slight hair growth on my stomach. I definitely have hair growth on the back side of me. So anyway, the hair has been a slow go for me, but it's coming in, and I'm really excited about it. And I do want to say one more thing about hair, and that would be the hair on the top of my head. Since I have been on testosterone, what I have noticed is I'm definitely receding a little bit, not a ton, but I'm definitely thinning. I've always had extremely thick hair. My hair is naturally curly, and all of my life it's been extremely thick. Now it is extremely thin, and it is getting thinner and thinner by the day. So what I've tried to do for myself, just to see if it works, I started taking finasteride about almost 6 months ago. And they say it takes a good 6 months for it to get into your system. And basically, finasteride doesn't necessarily promote hair growth, but it does help to stop hair thinning or hair loss. So, we'll see. It's not that I'm not going to embrace my baldness whenever it happens, but if I can prolong it for a little bit, I'm okay with that, because I'm really not ready to lose the hair on top of my head yet. So I just want to give you an update on the hair on the head. So another physical thing that I want to talk about is actually maybe more of an audible thing, is the voice change from pre-testosterone to 2 years. So I'm going to play that video clip for you now so you can see the change from before T to 2 years.
Hey, my name is Carrie Stouter, and this is my voice pre-T.
What's up, everybody? It's Carrie. Today is November 7th, 2020, and this is my voice 2 years on testosterone. So the next thing I wanted to talk about really quickly was my shot, my testosterone shot, and how that has gone over the past 2 years. For the first probably 14 or so months, I did intramuscular shots in my thighs, alternating back and forth. I won't lie, I've done a video about this. I do suffer from shot anxiety, and shots in my thighs were not the most fun thing for me to do. So after about 14 months, I did my research and I started investigating sub-Q in the belly, and so I switched to sub-Q in the belly. I've been doing that ever since. It is so much better for me. I still have shot anxiety every single week, but it's not near as bad, nor is it near as painful for me in my belly. When I first started T back in November of 2018, I was on 0.3 mils weekly, and then maybe about 4 months later, we went ahead and upped me to 0.4 mils, and I've been on 0.4 mils every week ever since. My numbers seem to be fine. Every time I go, I get checked every 6 months for my labs to see where my testosterone levels are, my estrogen levels are, and to make sure that we're all right on track. And I have been, everything has been great with all of my levels, so I'm perfectly fine with sticking at 0.4 for right now unless anything ever changes. So the next thing that I wanted to touch on was maybe more psychological or mental, and how I felt about transitioning over the past 2 years. I won't say that it was not challenging in the beginning until I actually got more facial hair and my facial structure really started to change when it came to misgendering, because I did get misgendered quite a lot in public. I don't now. I mean, I pretty much pass 100% of the time in public, and even with a mask, because some of the hair still shows, but even with a mask, I still pass. So, but in the beginning, it definitely was a struggle. I found it challenging to correct people in public. I did, based on the circumstances of which I was in, if I felt it necessary to correct someone, or if I'm never going to see you again, I really didn't care. I just moved on down the line. But psychologically, it definitely takes a toll on you when you want to be in a certain place, and maybe society has not caught up with you yet. So you have to be patient with yourself and allow people to catch up with you. I mean, that's the best advice that I can give. I know it's not always easy to be patient with that, and I know we want things as quickly as we can possibly get them, and I do understand that. But the rest of the world has to catch up with us as well, and they're getting there. They're getting there for sure. But just try to have some patience with yourself and with other people when it comes to that. I can say that also psychologically and mentally, I feel amazing. Emotionally, I feel amazing. I have had the freedom over the last well over a year since my divorce to really be 100% me, with no questions asked and no apologies had to give. So I have explored, I've experimented, I've done different things, I've talked to different people, my identity has been very fluid and swayed back and forth with where my interests lie and who I might want to date, and I think those are all natural feelings that we feel because hormone levels in our bodies are going crazy and things are changing, and I do feel like, at least for me, kind of going through this process, I've been very open and allowing for what's coming into me and in my way and in my thought process, and I'm trying to process all of that stuff and just be very kind and gentle with myself as to how I fit in my community and where I fit in my community, and what are my goals for me moving forward, and all of that, you know, can take a mental toll on you. And again, I for whatever reason, for not being a very patient person with most things in life, for whatever reason, through this process of transition, I have probably been more patient with myself and with others than with anything ever. So I am emotionally, mentally, psychologically, I am in a beautiful space, and I only see that getting better for me. 2020, I know for a lot of people, has been a very challenging year. Parts of my life have been challenging due to COVID and everything that's happened in this year. But for the most part, 2020 has been a blessing for me because I have had so many new people come into my life that have helped me flourish, see things differently, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that. So I am good. I think I'm good mentally and emotionally and psychologically. Probably the last physical thing that I actually wanted to talk about was surgeries. So I had my top surgery back in April of 2018, which was about 6 months prior to me starting my medical transition with testosterone. So I am like 2.5 years post-op with top surgery, and I'll insert a picture here. So I'm really pleased, obviously, with the outcome of that. I don't really have much to say about top surgery anymore. Other than that, I have plenty of top surgery videos on my channel. But as far as other surgeries, talking about surgeries in the area down there, I really haven't thought a whole lot about that. You know, just to kind of give you some information on that, I really don't have any. I'm perfectly fine with where I am right now, and what's taking place, I'm good with. And you know, if anything changes along those lines, I'm sure I'll make another video about that. So probably the last thing that I wanted to talk about maybe was more socially involved. Socially, I think that I have, like I said before, I passed 100% now for the most part. So socially, I'm doing really, really well. I don't have any dysphoria about being out in public. I will throw the bathroom thing in there. I struggled so much in the beginning with using the men's restroom. A lot. I had a lot of anxiety wrapped around that, and I'm over that now. I feel relatively comfortable going into any men's restroom and using the restroom. I'm doing good with that. But back to socially, I think everything is going pretty well there. I still have my big social circle of friends that I hang out with, and we do great things together. And I spend a lot of time in the LGBT+ community, which I love because that is my community. So along the lines of that, socially, I think I'm right at the point right now where I'm interested in starting to date. I feel like I have had enough time to pass since my divorce, and I've worked through a lot of issues that I had wrapped around that. I feel relatively healthy enough to put myself out there and start dating. I know that it may or may not be a challenge based on the fact that I'm transgender, and I'm okay with that. I have some friends out there in the transgender world who are relatively new to the dating scene as well, and having some good luck and some bad luck. I don't think it's as easy as we probably thought it would be, you know, just to transition and go date somebody. But I know that there are people out there that, you know, are interested in dating transgender people. So it's just going to be a matter of giving it time and giving it space and being free and open to it. Well, I think I've covered probably everything that I'm interested in covering in this particular video. I'm sure that I'm going to continue to make videos along the way that cover areas that maybe I didn't, or topics that I didn't touch on here. But as always, if you have questions, please drop them below. I love having conversations wrapped around all of this. I'm always appreciative of any questions or any conversations that come out of this. You know, most of this is about education anyway. So thank you again for following me along on this journey. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, like my channel, share my channel, be a part of my journey, or continue to be a part of my journey. It means so much to me to have all of you here. So I'm gonna say that 104 shots later, 2 years later, I am one happy person. I wouldn't change a thing that I've done, and I'm so grateful for all the love and support that I've had along the way for the past 2 years, and that I continue to get every single day of my life. So you guys rock. I love you. I will see you in the next video. Peace.